All right, so a video like this is way overdue, y'all. I should have been did this, but I'm doing it today. So today's discussion, and I'm gonna try my best to take my time with this so I can explain it well, because I noticed on a lot of my past videos as I'm just channeling and going through information. After I watched the video, I'm like, damn, there's some stuff I forgot. I could have probably said something about it if I probably would have just slowed down, took my time, and then explained things the way it needs to be explained. But nonetheless, we're going to start from where I am right now. So today's topic is, what is God? Okay? What is God? Who is God? Whichever way you want to say it is kind of the same to me. And I can go ahead and tell you the secret to that, because this world right here will have you thinking some shit that's not even true. Okay? What is God? God is you. God is me. God is us. That's what God is. That's what God is. And this is, we are somebody that can be seen. You can see me. I can't see y'all, but if it was the other way around, I could see you. That's what God is. It's a being. And we are the beings. We are the royal, high, godly beings. We are. And so we're going to start with what is God, and then what is godly, and so on, so forth, like that. Okay, so God is a being, but more so than just a being, because we are beings, but we're beings in different formats. Right now, I appear to you in this format. When I pass away from this realm, I'll be in a different format, but I still remain the same. I don't change. My energy, my light on the inside, who I am, my core God, as God, is going to be always the same. And whichever realm I traverse through, it doesn't make a difference. I'm always going to be Goddess Krista. And I could possibly, and this is just me jumping out there to say this, but reincarnating, coming back again in another time period, which I hope not to. I don't really want to repeat this realm unless things here have changed and we all have an understanding of who the hell we are and change this world to make it a better place. If not, I would not enjoy coming back to this realm. But to go ahead and finish off what I'm trying to say, though, is that there's the possibility of coming back with a different gender, a different race, a different everything, And still, even though coming back with different bits and pieces of who we once were in another lifetime, because God can do that, okay? So we're going to say that. We're going to jump to those hypotheticals. But back to what God is, more so than the physicality, which physicality is something we identify with in this realm, because there are things. We can touch things. We can see things. We can feel things. We can smell things. Everything around us is sensory, okay? And I really like that. I love the sensory stuff. But more so than that, God is a function. And I would even say the function precedes the reality of what is seen with the natural eyes. So what I mean by that, God is a function. God can generate. So we can generate things. We can do things. We can move and command and have things going on. You know what I'm saying? We can generate power outward. And also, we can generate power outward and also bring inward, And that's on a metaphysical level, energetic level, whatever. Quantum physics would be in that realm of what that would be all about too, when you go and explore deeper in that topic. Operator. And see, these are acronyms. GOD. Generator, operator, and I'm going to say destroyer. I'm going to use that one. But also, that destroyer could also be decider. Okay? So operator, operate your own life. Do what the hell you want to do. Don't worry about what nobody got to say. Don't worry about what nobody feeling and thinking. As long as you're doing what you're doing for you the way you want to, who gives a damn? You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. As long as you're not hurting another God, then so be it. And I'm not saying, well, if I do this, then somebody's feelings is going to be hurt. Well, shit, you can't control how somebody else's feelings are. They're going to make a decision about how they choose to feel, regardless of what you do or don't do. So you can't base your actions off what somebody else could potentially feel, because you don't know that. But what you do know is who you are, and what you do know is what you want to do. So, operate your life the way you want to. Like me, this is part of my style, and I don't even have all my little ear stuff on, my little ear cuffs somewhere. Took those off. But y'all see how my style is? This is me. This is my jewelry every day, just about. I got other stuff. I can switch it up, rotate it, do it, whatever. But my jewelry is spiritual, and I wear my stuff. That's how I choose to operate my life. I'm an independent person. I don't mind telling somebody what the hell something is and what it ain't. I don't feel like lying. You know what I'm saying? If I really don't have to, I really don't want to, lying is not something I'm interested in. I don't like it. It doesn't benefit anyone. And it may seem like, I could benefit from lying in the moment, but in the end it doesn't. But see, that's my choice though. As a goddess, that's what I choose for my life. You don't necessarily have to do that. And I'm not going to, and then somebody asked me a question one time about good and bad and sin and all that. We can't sin. Gods cannot sin. There is no such thing as a sin. That is a scare tactic from a small group of gods that notice everybody is just enjoying themselves way too much here. So we're going to take over, and we're going to be the ones to tell you, you ain't no God. Okay? There's other gods. We're going to make cartoons all around you, showing you all kind of magic shit flying around and things and people flying around in the air and Zeus and all this and all that. Got all this kind of stuff going on. We're going to drill it down into you. We're going to teach it to you in school. We're going to show it to you on the cartoons. We're going to make commercials. We're going to have you celebrating this stuff during Halloween every year, on and 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 on. When you're a small child, we're going to make you imagine. We're going to make believe. We're going to soar off in our minds and take a look, is it a book and all this other. Look. They tried to get y'all away from the truth. Because here's the facts. If everybody knew they were God and that you could do what you want to do, everybody would be living more happily, more abundantly. Now, the problem is for the group of gods that want to rule over all the gods and don't want anyone to have anything, any kind of power unless they're benefiting. They had to create a narrative. They had to create a lie and different stories to keep the gods pushed down. Oh, you think you high and mighty? You think you pretty? You think you got all this because you got all that jewelry on? You think you somebody? They want to push you down. Like one time, I was just minding my business and I was getting something from Taco Bell one day. And this black man is just standing there smiling as hard as he can at me. So I'm like, trying to smile back or whatever. And because my screen name is Goddess. I didn't have enough space to put the whole Goddess Crystal, whatever. But he was like, your name is really Goddess? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, well, you a child of God, don't you? And at the moment, I was like, I'm a God, there's a difference. And I got my food, snatched it away, and went and got my drink and, moved on with my day. But I'm like, damn, there was so many more great things I could have said. Because I can't be a child of myself, okay? I'm already God. How can I be a child of my own self? And I have a mother and a father who got together and worked very diligently to make me. I'm here. I am the product of those two getting together to bring me into existence. There is no imaginary creature from somewhere making me. I'm not being born again from some group of spiritual men making out with each other some kind of way, pushing me down in the mother's tear, the water, which is the tears of Mother Earth, pushing me down into it to bring me back up, to have an unnatural birthing, some kind of spiritual possession birthing through the waters. And we done talked about the Rain Man, y'all. That's on another video. It's called The Rain Man Transmission. Y'all can watch that if you want to go deeper into what that's all about. But it tells you what that's all about. Anywho, fake ass stuff. And then all of a sudden, you going to hell. You're going to somewhere scary that we don't even know exists. We don't know where it's at. Some random ass person made it up. And now all of us, whoever is believing that, is going to go there. Or whoever's not believing is going to go there. But there's no proof of that at all. It's just a scare tactic. And this is my understanding and perspective about it. And that's another reason why I don't lean into the religious BS. I'm just calling it that because that's my opinion about it. Because there's no factuals at all. But what you do have a fact of is I'm sitting right here recording this video. I'm not AI. I'm a real person, okay? Making a video, talking to y'all about the atrocities of the world and what the hell is really going on out here. Just being myself. I ain't got nothing to prove. Ain't nobody paying me nothing. I'm just sitting up here taking my time to teach. Everybody seems to think I'm a teacher on the streets whenever they meet me. So, hey, let me just take the opportunity to teach y'all how I can. The consciousness. I'm trying to show you how you are God. How you are a goddess. How you are a God. And to take your power back. And stop letting these damn people run around here take control of your mind. Take control of your soul. Take control of your spirit. Take control of your everything. Your money, your everything. Because they getting it. Them churches, they pumping it out. They getting that money. And they know they ain't right. And they don't care. Because you're not aware. Whoever is believing in that stuff, giving up their money, giving up their time, giving up all this kind of stuff, is a benefit for them. Give the money. Give your time. Give your service. Walk around in the neighborhood in the hot ass sun handing out pamphlets and stuff. Go ahead. Waste all your time while there's somebody else sitting back, eating, enjoying themselves, relaxing, counting up their retirement. And look at all these dumbass people giving me money. That's the thought behind it. And even if they don't think about it consciously, somewhere down the line, because we all reach this point just about. If you're serious about being honest, you're serious about being for real, you're serious about helping humankind, mankind, God beings, whatever you want to see the people as, you're going to come to the conclusion that some shit just don't make no sense. Why are we saying this? Why are we doing this when there's no one here? There's nothing going on. And therefore, a maybe, a 50-50 chance there is something scary to be scared of. Why are we being scared now? Why? There's so many other things to focus on. So, well, instead of wasting time doing that, we can get back to operating like gods. Back to the topic, y'all. I ain't forgot. Let me wrap back around. D. Destroyer, decider. You are the one who can decide to cut that kind of mess out that I just talked about. Destroy the broken mindset. Destroy the illusion, fantasies of imaginary deities hovering over you, casting down something, gonna put you somewhere scary. When hell, ain't nowhere scarier than being on this earth and not being free and knowing that you are God. That's scary. That y'all, excuse my nail. I gotta get my nail done. Got my nail done. But that right there is scary. That's scary. Living your whole life in an illusion. Somebody else taking your money, your time, your everything. And then one day you really sit back and you think about it. You're like, what the hell was I really doing? All the time I wasted. All the money I wasted. And still, even when that realization comes, you still got an opportunity to pivot and make a change and do something totally different. Nobody's holding you. You can do what you want to do. You can destroy paths that you are on that are not for you. You can destroy habits that are hindering you and holding you back health-wise, money-wise, mental-wise, or any other kind of wise. You can always shift and change directions and do something that's empowering and uplifting. I would even say, what about a dream that you had, that you wanted to do, that you were so afraid to do. Why? Because your family and friends was telling you, no, girl, no, son, don't do that because that, da, 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 da. They're saying all these things because they're scared to do it, because they don't want to do it. They don't want to see you do it, and they don't want to see you do it two different ways. They don't want to see you do it. There's one side because they don't want to see you succeed and be greater than them and do more than they have done, achieve more, go far out there and really have something for yourself. And then their achievements are outshined. Or it could be the flip side, where they really are afraid for themselves. They will be afraid to do it, and they are afraid for you and don't want you to do it because they're fearful. They don't want you to be hurt or harmed, or no little hair on your head misplaced, or anything like that. They could go to extremities. But any extremity it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you as a goddess or a god needs to decide for yourself what it is. Also, when it comes to proper order, man is not before woman. Woman always come before man, because that is the womb that holds the life that brings forth the person, whether it be man or woman. A womb is necessary. It's the incubation. It's the creation place. It is the creation phase. So that womb has to come first. The woman had to exist for anything else to come out of her. And that's continued to be replicated. We don't see any people just popping up. There's just no men being shot down from the top of the earth or out of space somewhere or wherever randomly men are coming from. Just giving a piece of their rib to a woman to make other people. It's not happening these days, and it's not sustainable. Two beings walking around with one rib don't even make no sense. The internal organs will not be supported, okay, with one rib. The lungs are always at threat because it has no rib cage to support it. The boob being held up on the one side be drooped all the way down for a woman if she don't have two ribs. Some stuff just don't make no sense, and we just go along with it. Same dude that can part waters can't part no waters now. All the hell and chaos going on. Y'all see how high gas prices is right now? But this guy sitting back, toenails and fingernails crossed, sitting back chilling, just letting evil just run around in the world and ain't doing nothing about it. Why? Because it's imaginary. That's why. In order to do something, people, gods and goddesses, that's in the flesh, not in the grave, that's alive right now. Don't be waiting on no grave to do that, because when the grave happens, there's a whole nother realm we transition to, and it's not fighting these types of physical fights here in this realm. Matter of fact, we ain't fighting no fights at all over there. But back to what I'm saying here. Wake the fuck up. If you're not already awake, here is the message, and the one and only, because I don't do awakening. I don't. If you sleep, you laid out on the floor, you sleep, you done fell out, you done all this, and you on the floor, okay, we're going to move you right on out the way. Move all the bodies that's laid on the floor out the way. We ain't waking nobody up. Move them. Clear a path for us to walk through, for us gods and goddesses to walk through. Move them out the way. We're going to run right past your ass. And keep on living and doing what we got to do. Enjoy ourselves, whatever. We not waking nobody up. I'm not waking nobody up. Waking people up is too hard. If you're not already awake, why am I waking you up out of your comfortable slumber? Keep sleeping, please. Leave more gemstones and rubies and diamonds and all kind of other good kind of stuff that I love, sensory good things, all kind of wonderful things for us who's already awake and eyes open. Something else to be aware of. I see a lot of religious organizations with money. They are now using a lot of metaphysical, conscious, spiritual words like awakened or woke or what's some more elevated words that we use that they trying to code switch with. all kinds of stuff. Oh, they also into yoga. They trying to do Reiki. They mixing this stuff in with medical stuff. They trying to do crystals. They smushing it in with chiropractics. They doing all kinds of stuff to get close, because they know that what we got going on is the right thing, and they kind of want to be in it, but they kind of scared. They don't know if we need to be in it or not. But y'all don't pay that no attention, because they're going to do that. Anything spiritual, anything conscious, they're trying to capture those words, trying to capture the energy and essence, repackage it and spin it up so that it goes right back to religion, because they don't want nobody to be free. They don't want nobody's mind to be free, because why? They couldn't get nobody to halfway work for them. Oh, because they all goddesses and guys. They don't even want to work. They're all goddesses and guys. They looking good. They smelling good. They wearing the best of the best stuff. They enjoying their life while we over here praying to our God that ain't doing a damn thing for us. We still suffering. That's what it's going to come to. That's what it's coming to. And they running around now. Got signs out. They got people putting signs in their front yards now. They got people putting the church signs at the ends of the road now. They got people hollering out with speakers and stuff in the middle of the street on holidays and big events. They got all this kind of stuff going because they running scared. They're running scared because they seeing people ain't showing up to these churches. They see people is really out here trying to live their life. And they also are seeing that what they've been preaching and talking about is not working. Period. Point blank. And me, I'm not scared of none of that stuff. Because I can hang around with Christians or anybody else. I don't mind hanging around. Because what? Your God ain't going to do a damn thing to me. You the one scared. You the one that got to worry about going to hell and all that other kind of stuff. I don't have to worry about that because I'm not in that arena. So yes, I can hang with you. Yes, I can be around you. Yes, I can participate in the events that you participate in because it don't bother me. You sure don't? I don't have anything to be worried about or afraid of or fear or nothing. I don't live a fearful life. I can't even think of anything I'm really afraid of. And I will say, like, I'll take it back. What I'm afraid of, I run towards. Okay? For instance, there's some things I wanted to learn about and do in my life. Very scary for me. I'm doing it. I'm doing it scared because I don't care. I'm still gonna just do it anyway, regardless if I'm scared or not, whatever. And after I get done with it, it probably won't be a big deal. And I won't say it's scary because it's like, oh, I'm just trembling down in my boots. But it's like, can I do this? Can I really do this? That's the kind of scary it was to me, like when it comes to being fearful. Can I achieve this big, great thing? And I can. I will. It's done. That's how I look at it. So that's the only kind of real fear I can see is being so afraid that I run into it and just do it. Check mark it off. It's done. So that's what God is, y'all. And if we had to pick a sex of God, it would definitely, like I said, have a woman. It's going to be a woman. It's going to be a female. Every time. Every time. Because creation comes from that. Always. That is the strength. The strength of the womb is the strongest strength there is. Yeah, you might have muscles everywhere and the arm strength can do something. But that mind, that consciousness in that womb is the strongest that there is. It brings life. It can hold life. It can take pain. It can take pressure. And the strength of the womb is stronger than the muscle of the arm. You know? And why I say that is because them contractions, period cramps, nobody knows. The men, they won't know. Now, I saw some little simulations they had where the guys had a chance to get placed on them in some sensitive spots where they can feel what it feels like to have the cramping sensation of a woman. And those guys could barely even take it. Strong, big, burly guys. That womb is strong. And then the strength of the womb, the whole woman is designed to carry the life thereafter. When the child comes out of the birth canal, detached from the cord that the mother was feeding it through. Then she has her breast to feed the baby and to care for it, take care of it, do everything. And the woman intuitively knows how to care for that child, usually. And regardless of what's going on, she's like automatically, she kind of knows. It may not be perfect, but she got the basics pretty much covered most of the time. And then having the mind to be able to think and plan, have foresight, and think multiple things at once. Usually. Be able to strategize and come up with a plan. To take nothing and make something out of nothing. That's power. And it's soft power that's really strong. So don't get it confused. There is never a time that a child will ever be born from an anus. It will never happen that way. There always has to have a womb. Okay, so now that we done talked about all the talk that we can talk about those things, what else did I say? What is God is a function. Who is God? Us. And I think that's pretty much all that I want to say for that. But just remember, it's important for you to know that you are God. It's important for you to know that you can't sin. You were never born a sinner. When you came out the womb of your mother, you were born a goddess or a god. That's it. Pure, fresh, innocent to the world. Blameless, harmless, innocent, young, and tender. Okay? So you should feel loved. You should feel embraced. You should feel cared for. And I know that may be challenging if you had difficulties with your parent, your mother, or you had difficulties in life growing up, or for one reason or another. But just to be able to have life itself and being here still is a great thing, because when you grow up and you get out on your own, you can do whatever you want to do. You can shape your life the way you want it to be, regardless of what things are. It can always shift and change. I always tell everybody, you're one decision away from living a different life. That's my story. And that's what actually happened. It's not I'm sticking to it. That's what actually happened to me. Time and time again, all I do is make a decision. And now I'm better at it. I make decisions like that. I don't even tell anybody about it most of the time. Usually when I make a shift, I'm gone. That's people being blocked. That's things being deleted or erased. That's me moving on, moving, changing, shifting, doing something new. It don't even take me long. As soon as I see something low quality, low standard, inconsistent, low value, low effort, low, everything low. Because I have very high standards. Okay? For myself and for others. I'm gone. That's it. I know who I am. I know the quality of a partner, lover, and friend I am. And if somebody can't meet me there, they move out the way. But anyway, y'all, that is this video. Like I said, it was well overdue. I should have been made it. But it's done now. I'll see you on the next one.